Morning to review the newspapers is Eze.
Glad to be back for newspaper review this morning. Like always, we're starting quickly with Business Day newspaper, and we start with issues surrounding Nigeria's inflation rate. Inflation hit 20.7% as weak naira stocks prices, and flooding seen pushing up food inflation. Another sad one for us. The report coming from National Bureau of Statistics yesterday showed that the country's inflation rate has now hit 20.7%. I think that is moving from 20 point something percent, 20.0% or thereabouts. The last time that was in August. And according to report, it shows that this is the 8th consecutive time the inflation rate is moving up. I think it's a bad one for us. The last time that was in August, I remember the Central Bank of Nigeria increased the monetary rate to, I think that was around 15.5%. Reason behind that is to curb inflation, but we are so sad that it continues to be on the rise, and I continue to wonder what the solution to this case might be. I know that across different countries of the world, economic problems continue to persist, but it looks like ours is getting worse as the day passes. I remember somewhere in France, they had a protest yesterday as to the high cost of living, inflation, and thereabout. Yes, if we are to say Nigeria is not alone, but it's not a good one for us, I must say. It's not a good one. I looked at some factors MBS mentioned that must have triggered this, and these are issues. Let me give this instance where they mentioned that the food index was caused by increases in prices of bread, cereals, food products, potato, yam, and other tubers, including oil and fat. And I'm beginning to ask, these are things we can produce locally. Mm-hmm. So why the surge? I know so many persons will say the flood cases that we've seen so far, but remember, it just started few weeks back.
Yeah, before the flood, there was insecurity that made farmers to take off from their farmlands. So insecurity was one. In fact, that has been the major cause of food insecurity in the country before flood started its own devastation.
Okay, looking at some other stories from this newspaper. Let's look at this one, where local investors outperform foreign peers in Africa startup funding. Another good one for us. That tells you the power that we have if our local investors are doing better when it comes to funding startups, compared to their foreign counterparts. I think Africans, we have a big role to play. We have the power to do so many things, but will I say it's bad governance that is kind of bringing us down? I will say it's bad governance. We have the power. We can do so many great things. We can. And I believe Nigeria will be leading this in terms of local investors and startups. I know Nigeria will be there. South Africa will be there. Which other country? Kenya will be there as well. And then maybe Egypt. Yeah. And then you can talk of Ethiopia. But I know for sure Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, Egypt, these countries must be leading this race. I know for sure. Maybe you can now talk about Ethiopia and the likes of them. A good one for us, but I think we need governance to move further. Nigeria lacks as Africa's corporate energy deals hit $21 billion. Page 2 of Business Day newspaper. Violence in Kaduna, Zamfara threatens peace accord. What happened in Kaduna yesterday wasn't a good one, I must say. where the People's Democratic Party's rally was disrupted by hoodlums. It's just a few days ago that the peace accord was signed, and we are hearing this kind of story. This is just the beginning. We still have like 4 months plus to go to the election, and this morning this is happening. Okay, I don't know who is to be blamed. Obviously, APC will say they are not. Labour Party will say they are not. ABGA, NMPP, all of them will deny that they have no hand in it. So who did it?
For who did it, the difference is clear. The difference is clear. Obedience have never been violent.
I can't exempt anybody on this one.
No,
I won't. There is not. If we go by facts, you go online and see what is happening there. So I won't exempt anybody.
What's happening online?
I won't. You need to go. I need not to. If you are dealing with facts, then you should know what is happening online. So I won't exempt any of the parties here. For me, I won't.
Well, the handwriting is very clear. Let's move.
It's very clear, both online. We need to include that. Page 30 of Business Day newspaper. That is much we can take from that newspaper.
Okay, moving on to the Leadership newspaper this morning. We have here 3 Oyo farmers pay 100 million ransom to regain freedom. You see, one of the reasons why we have food insecurity rising higher on a daily basis. Look at 3 Oyo farmers pay 100 million naira. This money would have been invested on the farmland, but now it's being given to bandits and terrorists. Page 18 of the Leadership newspaper is where you get more details to that story. Gbajabiamila meets foreign airlines over trapped funds. Page 25 of the Leadership newspaper.
We continue to wait until that time when they decide, to maybe stop activities, and then you see the government taking them to court, because that is the norm now. When you agitate, they take you to court so that you will get a court injunction to resume work even when you are not happy. This case has been here more than 2-3 months now. It has been there. To some extent they were able to appease them. I'm sure maybe their requirements weren't met for them to come out again and to voice out once more. Now this is three months or thereabout down the lane and nothing is happening. They sent Gbajabiamila that met ASU is also meeting them again. Is he the Messiah? I want to ask.
The thing that amazes or makes me to laugh, amuses me, is the fact that for years and months we've been having issues that the government is supposed to do something, and then they have not been able to do it. And then just 4 months to the election, and you see them becoming very swift and very strategic in providing solutions.
For me, I don't know about that.
That's
but
wonderful.
I don't know, but I will say, let them find a way to solve all of these issues. Understand? Because it's not a good one. It's not I must say, it's not a good one. The Minister of Aviation is there. What's his name? Haja Serika. I know he's seeing all of this happening. I wonder if they are going to also do what the Minister of Education did. I don't know.
Don't worry, a solution will come out in a few months' time. Just before the election, you will see solution, and then you will now hear more promises as usual. All right, page 23 is where you get more details to the story of the airlines. And then we have amid 20.77% inflation, Osinbajo seeks synergy between fiscal and monetary policy.
I didn't even see this story from here. That's part of what I was telling you, I was saying earlier from Business Day newspaper. Last month, that was August, the NPR was increased to 15.5%.
Yes.
Part of the reason was to curb the rising case of inflation. and now we expect to see changes happen. Okay, maybe it's just too soon. So let's hope in the next maybe before the year ends, we'll see a decline. It's about, you know what it means for 8 consecutive months. 8 consecutive months. I might not be an economist, but I know it's a signal of danger. So who tells you maybe before the year ends where we are going to get ourselves?
Already we are borrowing. We have a deficit of 40 point something,
which we are looking at 50 point something before this administration wraps up. I must say, it's a very bad one. No?
God will definitely help Nigeria.
I felt maybe this year we'll be able to achieve a single digit inflection, but it didn't happen. Instead, we continue to.
In fact, sometimes I begin to wonder, is it that we don't have a capable hands to make decisions, or implementation is the problem?
No, for me, what I see is people in government who tend to find excuses for whatever happened. Let me give you for instance.
Okay.
Yesterday, the spokesperson for the ruling party, Festus Kayamo, he tweeted a video of the protests happening in France, and now he made a reference to say people in France are contesting. Why here in Nigeria it seems as if our own is the worst? So why make reference to cases where you see things going bad? Why will you always see the bad? Why can't you see the good ones happening?
Even in the France that he's making the reference to, has he gone to the France, to the country, and see that there are things? If you measure the gap between France's case and our case, which is a very big gap, because in that side there are things that are moving smoothly than just probably
at least basic amenities. They can't get it. That is what, and once you have that kind of mindset, it gives, we are doing fine. Our people over there not suffering. Is our own the worst?
And that's the person they want to continue that trend for the next 4 years. Okay, we are going somewhere.
I'm not against anybody, but I hate it when we pick lessons from the bad ones and not try to use it to justify our problem.
It's just a red flag to whatever is happening. Page 7 of the leadership newspaper, I have more details. When I saw this particular story I'm going to read out, I was very angry, and it felt like I should see this person who said this thing face to face and query him. What exactly are you talking about? Alright, this is the story. We have met yearnings of Nigerians in 7 years. This is coming from President Muhammadu Buhari. We have met yearnings of Nigerians for 7 years, and yet the country is still in this state.
You also need to understand the angle he's coming from.
My brother, what angle?
The angle he's coming from.
We have been going from fry pan to fire, and then the fire keeps increasing in heat and temperature. You are telling me angle? Which angle?
Grid
have collapsed how many times in just 1 year? Which angle?
No, you need to.
Our naira against the dollar is how much? Which angle? We don't have infrastructure. Which angle? Roads are bad. Educational system. We have stayed 8 months, just 1 year for us to strike. Which angle?
Okay. Like I told you, you need to get the angle from which he's coming. What part of our yearning has to do with that of a good railway system? Didn't we get it?
Where is it?
No, calm down.
No, where is it now?
Where it is?
Where is it?
Okay, I should come and show you. You are dealing with fast. I shouldn't come to tell you.
Where is the railway now?
Yay! I should come and show you. So all of these projects that has been, you didn't see any of them. You want me to start telling you this morning?
Oh goodness.
Prof. The Southeasterners, they've always yearned for the second Niger bridge to be up. Didn't you get it? No. Wait, calm down now. Didn't they get it? Hasn't it been their yearning?
Has it been commissioned?
But wait, hasn't it been their yearning?
Who did it to the level it was?
It's a simple question. Well,
The level there is no angle you will come out from that I will agree with you. There is no angle.
You don't need to agree.
Come out from angle of incidence or angle of reflection. Nothing.
You don't need to agree.
What are you telling me? Yearnings of Nigeria in 7 years.
Listen now, you don't need to agree. But I also need to let you. You see, you just read the headline. But you didn't read the details.
What's in the details?
It's only when you read the details that you can begin to argue. You didn't read the details.
My brother. Details. Is it not what we see? Is it what they write that what is what we see that we take? Not what is written in the details.
So someone made a statement. You didn't allow the person to digest what he said. And you are just shouting.
Am I not in Nigeria?
No, you should allow him to land before you at least you bury him.
Hey! All right, Professor is speaking.
I'm not saying anything. I'm only looking at.
Did I say you are saying anything? Page 7 of the leadership newspaper is where you get more details.
You yearned for a change. Didn't you get the change?
Is it for you the change or what?
But you.
Where is the change? Professor, where is the change? How much was dollar to a naira in 2015? Okay. How much is dollar to a naira now?
Like I said,
see, in fact, yesterday they showed a video of all of the promises that was made in 2015, and I was like, God, look at 8 years down the line, yet none of those things.
So you would say that when it comes to infrastructure, he didn't do well.
Oga, we don't have any infrastructure.
You don't have any infrastructure.
Yes, that is working fine. Go to our airports. It's nothing to write home about.
How about the roads?
Even the railway.
How about the roads?
The roads. Is it not the
Wait,
which of the roads?
How about the roads?
Which one are you talking about?
I went with you. So was it in December?
To where?
We went to the just commissioned railway in somewhere around Yaba.
It's still under construction now.
No, it's done.
Which one is done?
He came to Lagos to inaugurate it.
Like you don't know our government.
No, I went there. You didn't go there.
Let me just tell you, they can inaugurate.
Okay, I went with. I think that was Renova.
See, let me tell you, they can inaugurate the molding of blocks, and project is done.
Boys, we went there. I saw it with my own eyes.
The railway is not in perfect shape. They are still doing something.
Wait. Did you go there?
We passed there now.
You passed. Not that you went there.
But the thing is not yet ready. I'm telling you.
But December people bought their free.
We have been entering train now before.
No. You need
that
to.
That one is just. That's what I'm.
No,
just to let you know that something is happening here.
No, Apostle. No, I don't agree with that one.
Okay.
I don't.
All right.
I went there. I saw it. I even snapped everything. Okay. And you are telling me no, Apostle. No. No, you didn't go there. I went there.
No problem.
So we are looking at the facts now.
No problem. Railway.
There are so many of them.
Right.
Time will fail us if I begin to mention all of them we've seen so far.
Right.
But when it comes to road infrastructure, at least to an extent.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Let those that travel to the east and to the north come and tell us what the road is like. Moving on, we have NGE, IPI, and others condemn shutdown of broadcast stations in Zamfara. This is a very dangerous sign. Page 6 of the leadership newspaper, PDP crisis. Wike faults BOT's resolution on Ayu. Page 7 of the leadership newspaper. 2 killed, others injured as gunmen attack Kogi Church. Page 34 of the leadership newspaper. And then finally on the leadership newspaper, 2023 presidency, Atiku, Tinubu, Obi begin real battle for northern votes. Page 4 of the leadership newspaper.
Okay, moving straight to the Punch newspaper, I continue to make replies. Okay, ministerial retreat, Buhari backs Nigeria air, Osibanjo lament forest woes.
It's just a headline.
Okay, this one is just a
reality.
It's just a headline
that you are trying to defend.
But okay, it's just okay.
It's written. It's
no. It's just a headline.
It's written, not proven.
But you know, you are aware that it has been commissioned. Are you aware?
I have told you the system of commissioning projects in Nigeria.
Are you aware that we are partnering with Ethiopian Air? Are you aware?
Professor,
are you aware by next year the construction begin. Yes, the flag off begins.
Eh.
You are aware that we are starting with 3 before
Let's wait.
carriers.
Is it not next year?
No, you are aware.
Don't worry now.
No, but are you aware?
No,
but are you aware?
I'm aware of the writings,
Okay.
but let's see is the proof. That
Okay, now this one is just ordinary
it's
headline.
writing. Now let's get the proof.
Okay, let's get the proof. Okay, well, that story is coming from the Punch newspaper. Some persons are just getting me angry this morning. Okay. LNG shorts operations over flooding, gas scarcity looms.
Wow.
LNG shorts operations over flooding, gas scarcity looms. A sad one that has been happening across different states in the Federation.
Flooding issue.
Page 28 of the Punch newspaper. Can I squeeze in one more before we look at another newspaper? 2023 presidency, Tinubu will be on full economic restructuring agenda to not. APC LP candidates speak on restructuring, corruption, agriculture, and power. I supported Atiku. It's payback time now. Let him endorse me, says Lagos governor. We know him. Atiku Saraki, party members fume as talks attack PDP Kaduna Zamfara rallies. It's a bad sign. Okay, and finally, tuition hike, protesting Ogun police students disrupt exams, demand reversal.
Wow.
Okay, all stories are coming from the Punch newspaper. That is much I can take from the Punch newspaper.
Okay, looking at the Guardian newspaper, some of the headlines have been repeated in some newspapers, but we take this one. So Riwa alleges official complicity in oil theft as FCT club urges compact solution. You want to get details to that story, page 4 of the Guardian newspaper is where to go. Labour Party wants Iyaloja General prosecuted for allegedly forcing traders to back Tinubu. I was thinking that nobody would say something, but thank God that this is coming up. Page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. 5 died, 3 injured in Kogi auto crash. And then you will see a bold picture on this place. Inflation peaks mildly as flood sounds food crisis alarm bell. The picture of those who flood have displaced. They are moving on Kano to their destination. This is how much I will take on this newspaper.
Okay, before we leave that newspaper, let me congratulate my own man.
I knew
Abu
you were
Karim.
going to mention. I left it intentionally. I was thinking, let me see what will happen.
You know, there is no way I'm going to.
Continue. I intentionally left it.
Okay, from the Guardian newspaper, you see Abu Karim Benzema and Barcelona feminine captain Alexia Putellas both displaying their 2022 Ballon d'Or trophies yesterday. Well deserved one, I must say, for Alexia coming the second time in a row, last year and this year. Good one, and I think for Benzema winning it the first time in his career. UEFA Men's Player of the Year in the bag, Ballon d'Or in the bag. I think what is remaining now is the FIFA Men's Player, which will be coming up by January. I think he will also win that as well. Congratulations to Sadio Mane as well, doing Africa proud, bagging the humanitarian award and also coming second in the men's ranking. Let's take the last newspaper this morning, and that is Daily Independent newspaper. I will champion a prosperous united Nigeria, says Tinubu. Why laugh? I will champion a prosperous united Nigeria, says Tinubu. Yes, I believe he can do that. Yes, we've seen that happen in Lagos. And yeah, somehow he can.
What did you see happen in Lagos?
Is Lagos not prosperous?
Oh my goodness. Let's continue, bro.
No, but is Lagos not prosperous? It's a simple question.
Lagos is prosperous.
Okay, fine. That is coming from Tinubu. Okay. The word of the nation is in your region, Obi tells Northerners. Do you believe that?
I don't think so.
I want to read this story. I think even if it's the last we'll look at this morning, and I want to get your opinion on this directly. I'm putting you on the spot now. That picture there, the front page of the Guardian newspaper. What would you have to say about that? We can see Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi. That is the far left there, and by the right you see his VP, Ahmed Dati. And then, beside Obi, you can see your friend Gumi there. So, over to you.
Hey, what do you want me to say?
No, I need that.
See, let me tell you something.
Okay, you have less than a minute to
Right.
say whatever you
Let
want.
me tell you something.
Okay.
Now, if you know that there are strategic persons that are influential in a particular field, the only way to get that thing dissolved is to meet with those people. Yes. Now, when you meet with them, let me not start giving you political this thing so that you, when you come at the end of the show, I will teach you how to run this thing.
But is that not exactly what the federal government has been doing with Gumi?
No. This one is a very different case. Obi has been moving to people at strategic positions to get solutions to solving problems.
Is that not what the federal government has been doing with Gumi?
No.
So when people are kidnapped, okay, fine. Gumi is the nearest man who can. He has his way, and what's the difference?
See, there is a way you catch rat.
Which kind of?
See, I'm telling you.
What am I seeing, Apostle?
Political. There is a way you catch a rat. Make a rat feel.
Is it not the same thing the federal government
that's not what
has
they are
been
doing.
So what's the difference?
No. Let's not.
What's the
let's
difference?
Not discuss this thing on this media.
No.
end
We've always discussed about Gumi here, so it's better we also.
Hey, Prof. You want to, no, it's not going to be.
Our time is up. Our time is up. No problem. No problem. But remember,
Yes.
no problem. Our time is up. No. I wanted you to defend yourself, but you couldn't. So
defend myself or what?
On the picture.
What? Okay, what do you expect me to say?
No, because I see no difference between what the federal government is doing and what we just saw there.
What did you see here?
What I saw there. Let's wrap up. No problem.
Okay, now if you want to get this thing solved.
No, Apostle, not now. The time will come when I will make reference to this picture.
And I'll be waiting for that time. I'm waiting for that time. This is where we'll wrap it up for newspaper review on your number one business radio, Broad Street Radio. It's been a very fantastic one today in the studio here. Thank you for joining us, and I'm sure you enjoyed yourself and you got all the information you needed to get from the newspapers this morning. You can do yourself good by getting a hard